Austin, Texas, where a SWAT officer was killed by a Muslim man on the FBI's terror watch list, the people are fighting back against one of the chief proponents of lawfare, Soros-Backed DAs. Travis County District Attorney Jose Garza left early or was told to go home from the funeral yesterday when he was reportedly told that his presence was making funeral attendees uncomfortable and distressed. One funeral attendee told the media, "When he came walking in, I thought, what gall this man has to show up at a funeral for an officer killed in the line of duty when all he's done since he's been in office is go after cops." And another attendee said Garza's presence was a slap in the face to every cop there, and that everyone he spoke to at the funeral felt the exact same way. This is the same DA who indicted 19 police officers over the BLM riots of 2020, while refusing to prosecute certain drug crimes and allowing sexual predators to escape jail time. It's just like California, right? Where Soros-backed DAs make the cities unlivable, at least until China's dictator comes to town and everyone in Sacramento suddenly remembers, however briefly, how to govern again. So we're right back to where we started. As if Newsom couldn't get any worse, did you know that he's accusing a city in Tennessee of outlawing being gay in public? All Murfreesboro did is look at how California allows grown men at pride parades to urinate on each other publicly in front of kids or to engage in actual sexual acts. And they said, you know what? No, thank you. We don't want that here. Their ordinance only outlaws public displays of nudity, lewdness, and sexual behavior. The old 1949 version of the code included homosexuality in its ban, but that was removed last month and it had never been enforced anyways. But what does Newsom care? It gets him more attention as he eyes a possible presidential bid. Never mind the fact that he just signed into law a new media literacy course mandate for public schools to ostensibly teach kids how to spot misinformation online. But we all know how it will be used, and it will not be used to show the governor is lying through his teeth about Murfreesboro and so much else. Joining us now to discuss is medically retired police officer Nick Wilson, a candidate for California State Assembly District 53 and the founder of the Resilience Project. Nick, thanks for being here tonight.
Thank you so much for having me, Kara. I appreciate it.
Great. So do you think Newsom should focus more on cleaning up his state rather than on what the good people of Murfreesboro, Tennessee are up to?
Absolutely. And unfortunately, Gavin Newsom has been MIA while he's campaigning, and he has abandoned Californians, the members, the civilians, the citizens of California. We saw him prioritize a Chinese dictator over the people who are suffering on the streets of California and San Francisco. His priorities are completely upside down.
That they are, and with this new media literacy course, I see the New York governor, she's also doing something very similar by signing that into law. But do you think we know how that's going to be used? And it's not going to be used on how to spot actual fake misinformation, whatever. Do you think it might be used for more political ends? As Gavin Newsom, as I just mentioned right here, I mean, right after he signs that bill into law, what does he do? Lie through his teeth all over social media.
You're exactly right. And the biggest proponent of misinformation and disinformation is Gavin Newsom and the state of California. And of course, it's all political. And we're seeing that at every angle public policy decision that's coming out of his office. He is changing the language and definitions of words to push an ideological narrative and an agenda on the people of California. More people are waking up to it. His approval rating is sinking. When I say that he changes words and definitions of things, when parents want to protect their children by removing harmful material from schools, he calls it a book ban. When people want to know what's going on with their children in the state of California, just as when they are notified about everything else from getting a scraped knee to being truant to being absent, a poor grade, he wants to remove the parents' right to know what's going on with their children, and he calls that a forced outing policy. And so this language and this misinformation, this disinformation is really being used, unfortunately, to scare parents, to silence parents, and they're not going to be silent because this is one of the biggest issues in California right now in the country.